Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, especially with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy, do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy
They
there.
got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case. Dati mihi Anglican police service Latino.
Is that correct?
I didn't ask you to interrupt me.
Literally not true.
Oh, for Trump's sake.
Hello?
All right, welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. Thank you very much for being here this afternoon. Hope you guys are doing just absolutely dandy. Dandy is what we're shooting for. All right. Oh, my goodness. Woo! I'm sorry. This music is just a little too much. I just need to fade that out a little bit. Where am I? There we go. Oh, my goodness. Need to fade that out a little bit because we have to do this. All right, we have a verdict in the Texas case in Judge Boyd's trial. This is Marco, not Marco Polo, different Marco. This is a gentleman who apparently, the state says, went to collect some debts from someone who owed him some money, brought a gun and a second gunman, showed up with his whole family in tow, shot him in sight of the family, and then left. The defendant says, no, the gunman, the second gunman, he was the original. I was the tag-along. I didn't even know what was going on. Testimony from the daughter might be what convicts him here, testifying that her dad grabbed a gun out of the glove box and entered that yard and began arguing with the victim. I've got legs. We've got pantyhose here. We'll talk about those later. We have to go. Okay, sorry. We have to go. Oh no, it's good. We have to go to Judge Boyd. Judge Boyd, where are you at? 8. And I apologize.
And she's previously been sworn.
Not best here.
The deputy has informed me that a verdict has been reached in this trial. Are both parties ready to receive the verdict?
Yes.
We are, Judge.
All right,
We're ready,
Deputy
Judge.
Laura, are the jurors ready? All right, let's bring them in.
All right, we'll be starting another trial as soon as this one's over because Judge West has begun a murder trial in her courtroom. Justice for beans. The gun was found in a pot of pinto beans in the fridge of the defendant's house. Of all the places to hide them, the beans were not effective. They were actually spotted through the Tupperware container. You could see the gun in the beans. As if the beans didn't bring enough bang already.
All right, ladies and everyone, please be seated.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it's the court's understanding that you've reached a verdict in this case. Is that correct?
Yeah, Your Honor.
And is that a verdict as to each count?
Yes, ma'am.
And are those verdicts unanimous?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if you'll hand the verdict form to the deputy, please.
All right, a little fade out there. Just wanted to get as much of that song as we deserve it after this trial. This was possibly the slowest trial we've ever watched. I mean,
All right.
Painful.
If the defendant will please rise.
Like 3-day root canal.
Count
type.
1 to the charge of murder. It states, we the jury find the defendant, Marco Moreno Vasquez, guilty of the offense of murder as charged in count 1 of the indictment. Count 2, deadly conduct. It states, we the jury find the defendant, Marco Moreno Vasquez, guilty of the offense of deadly conduct as charged in count 2 of the indictment. You may be seated. Does anyone wish to have the jury polled?
That's a clean sweep.
Not the state, Your Honor.
We do,
Defense
Judge.
does.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you if this is your verdict in counts 1 and counts 2. If this is your verdict in counts 1 and count 2, I'm going to need for you to respond yes. Does everyone understand? All right, so we'll start at the end here, and then we'll go to the back. Is this your verdict?
Yes.
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 Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
All right, we'll start on the back row, and of course, the 2 alternates, you were not a part of the deliberation, so we'll start here. Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the deputy take you back to the jury room. There are a couple of things that I need to address before we bring you back out. Do not think about this trial again unless you're in the box, all right? Everyone, please rise for the jurors.
All right. I think we're done with this case. We're not going to stick around even if the jurors help decide the sentencing. I'm not sure if they will in this one, but guilty on 1 and guilty on 2. The defendant did not show any surprise in that, so it's possible he didn't feel any either.
All right, everyone, you may be seated. State, with regards to punishment, are you planning on having any witnesses?
No, Judge.
Defense, are you planning on having any witnesses?
Judge, the one witness that we called to be here is not here. We don't expect him to show up. So I need to speak to my client to see if he wants to testify.
All right. We'll give you a chance to do that. Is the courtroom next door available? Because he may want to speak to his client in private.
Yes, it is.
All right. So you can speak to your client next door with the interpreter.
Thank you, Judge.
Let's see if he
you're welcome.
testifies. We've got to speed up because this is 8 minutes ago. Zoom, zoom, zoom. He goes to the other room. We wait, and
Shelf Silverstein where this
something else. Still waiting.
Back in 45 days. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Wolf, as soon as it happens.
All right.
Well, thank you very much.
All right. So we don't know. And honestly, I'm at this point, I don't care. Is that bad of me to say? Took 3 hours. Right now, it's 3 hours on the dot for deliberation time. So a little bit longer. They must have had lunch there. It's going to be testifying in the sentencing phase. Maybe. But we're ready to start a new trial without the hassle of the interpreters, which has been difficult. So we've heard everything in triplicate going forward. So to do that, we're going to go to Judge Raquel West, where we have the Texas v. Freeman case. Let me tell you what just happened. There's a little bit of issue. The judge said, hey, for both sides, if you think something motion in limine-wise becomes relevant, you need to talk to me before you just bring it out. Defense has raised an issue with one of the witnesses that appears on body cam during this trial, and this is a preliminary motion in limine hearing, and said we shouldn't allow that in because although it may fall under a hearsay exception to be admissible that way, under the law of confrontation, the rule of confrontation, I should be able to cross-examine the witness. So if that statement comes in, I should be able to cross-examine her, and she's not testifying. So we'll see what happens. The judge is reserved on that. We're going to go ahead and jump to, this is going to be on camera 6.
What's your email?
What's your email? Oh, don't tell us your email. Okay, yeah, got it. Jury's coming in right now. You can see because they're walking in. That's how this court does it. They televise their jury. See a lot of water bottles. Wide variety of persons here. Full gamut of ages. All right, the jury's here. This is a state where we use the grand jury.
Good afternoon.
So you'll hear the indictment read.
Let the record reflect the jury seated, state's attorneys present, defendant and defense counsel are present.
And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm calling the case of the state of Texas versus Joseph Charles Freeman, cause number 24 DCCR 0348. And I'm going to ask you all to please remain seated, but raise your right hands to take the oath of the jury. Do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm that in the case of the state of Texas against the defendant, you will a true verdict render according to the law and the evidence, so help you God? Thank you.
Cheryl, thank you.
And
You
is
won
the
the
state ready to
internet.
proceed? Defense ready.
By my count.
Do either of you wish to
Happy birthday.
vote the rule? Do we need to?
Yes, ma'am.
Invoke
So
the
I need
rule.
to get any witnesses that are available down here real quick so we can get that taken care of, please.
Y'all go get the witnesses. Bring them in. We're going to invoke the rule. Might skip
And
forward
obviously,
just a
for
second.
each of you, if you have any witnesses who aren't here, make sure to admonish them about the rule being in the courtroom and specifically about watching anything on the YouTube channel.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Judge.
Here are 3 witnesses for the prosecution.
Any others upstairs, or is this what you've got right now?
This is all I have for
Okay, would all of you please raise your right hand? Do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. Thank you. The rule's been invoked, so you know that means you can't be in the courtroom during anyone else's testimony. Don't discuss your testimony with anyone else involved in the trial, and don't watch any of the proceedings on YouTube. All right, thank you. Y'all can step out.
Or on TikTok or anywhere else where they might show up.
All right, Mr. Coleman, you may read the indictment. Mr. Freeman, if you'll please stand up.
Coleman, prosecutor,
In
turns
the name
the lectern.
and by the authority of the state of Texas, the grand jurors for the county of Jefferson, state aforesaid, duly organized as such at the January term AD 2024 of the Criminal District Court of Jefferson County in said county and state, upon oath in said court, present that Joseph Charles Freeman hereafter style, the defendant, on or about the 27th day of March 2022 and in anterior to the presentment of this indictment in the county of Jefferson, the state of Texas. Paragraph 1 did then and there intentionally and knowingly cause the death of an individual, namely Richard Shiloh, by shooting Richard Shiloh with a firearm.
And how does the defendant plead?
Not guilty. Paragraph 2 of the indictment continues, did then and there intentionally and knowingly commit or attempt to commit an act clearly dangerous to human life, namely shooting Richard Shiloh with a firearm that caused the death of Richard Shiloh, hereafter styled complainant, and the defendant was then and there in the course of intentionally and knowingly committing a felony, namely engaging in organized criminal activity, and the death of the complainant was caused while the defendant was in the course of and in furtherance of the commission or attempt of the felony against the peace and dignity of the state.
And how does the defendant plead?
Not guilty.
Thank you. You can have a seat. Mr. Coleman, does the state wish to make an opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
And may it please the court, Mr. Radford, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the evidence in this case will show that back on March the 27th of 2022, this defendant, Joseph Charles Freeman, had a plan. This defendant had a team working in concert. And like any good team, they had a role for each of the members of the team, and they had an objective, they had a goal. And that goal was to rob Richard Shiloh. See, Richard Shiloh, the evidence will show, unfortunately was selling drugs. He was a drug dealer. And this defendant and his co-conspirators, the other 4 of them total, hatched a plan to meet Richard Shiloh at the Virginia State's Apartments. And they were there to rob Richard Shiloh, make no mistake about it. The evidence will show that of the 4 of them, they each had a specific role. One was the driver of the getaway vehicle, the other one was the lookout, and another one, the third one was what I'm referring to as the trigger man who actually pulled the trigger. And this defendant was what I'm referring to as the bag man, the person who would grab the drugs after they robbed the Richard Shiloh and make off with it. You will see actual photos from the scene. You will hear a 911 phone call. You will see a surveillance video from the apartment complex. And most notably about that surveillance video, you'll see that getaway vehicle with these four co-defendants drive into the parking lot where Richard Shiloh was already waiting in his vehicle. And they would take up a position on the other side of the apartment complex, out of view of of Richard Shiloh. And the defendant with the trigger man will get out. You'll see this on video and walk through the apartment complex as opposed to the direct route to Shiloh's vehicle. And you can use your common sense as to why that would be the case. And within seconds, upon making contact with Richard Shiloh in his vehicle, shots would ring out, and this defendant and the trigger man would be seen running away from Shiloh's vehicle and hopping into that waiting getaway vehicle. One piece of evidence that I left out was that that other individual who I termed as the lookout, he would at some point get out of the vehicle and go around the corner and check on things just to make sure everything was going okay. The driver, the lookout, the trigger man, the bagman. And just for good measure, after Shiloh was shot, the evidence will show that this defendant took Richard Shiloh's firearm. Richard Shiloh had a firearm that day, and he ran off with that firearm. The evidence will show that this defendant made no attempts to render aid, to call 911 after this happened. And that's what I believe the evidence will show in this case. Richard Shiloh, unfortunately, would succumb to his injuries. You'll see the body worn camera, one of the first officers on scene. You'll essentially see Richard Shiloh take his last breath there on the concrete in the parking lot of the Virginia Estates apartments. Interestingly enough, when Richard Shiloh's vehicle was inventoried, guess what you won't find, or what law enforcement didn't find? They didn't find any drugs. Because why? Because this defendant and his team accomplished their goal of robbing Richard Shiloh of his drugs at gunpoint. It was their goal. It was his plan. It was him acting as a co-conspirator to this offense, just like we talked about in jury selection. And based on that evidence, and based on your common sense, because you don't check your common sense at the door, based on your common sense, I have no doubt you'll ask yourself, why, if this was just a regular drug transaction, why not just pull right up to beside Richard Shiloh's vehicle and make the drug transaction? Why would you not? Why would you take a circuitous route through the apartment complex to make it look like you were coming from a different area or direction? Why would you take that man's gun after the shots were fired? And what happened to his drugs, by the way? I believe that at the end of the day, based on the evidence, based on your common sense, you will answer those questions by finding this defendant guilty. Finding this defendant guilty as a party, as a co-conspirator to the offense of murder. And that's what I'm going to ask you to conclude in this case. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Feldman. Mr. Radford?
Please, the court, counsel. That's kind of what happened. What Mr. Coleman didn't tell me. This is rather telling. A fellow named Kalen Johnson goes over to the Virginia State Apartments with his buddies, Ronald Babineau, who was driving the car, Charles Verdun, and Joseph Freeman. Kalen had a gun. They went to buy drugs from Richard Shiloh and another guy. Kalen gets out of the car along with Joseph, and you'll see a video, and they go up to Richard's car. And in the car, somehow or another, there's an argument between Kalen and Richard Shiloh. And all of a sudden, gunfire erupts. Kalen's got a gun. Richard's got a long rifle. Joseph gets shot by Richard's long rifle. And Kalen shoots Richard Shiloh and kills him. And Joseph grabs the long rifle and runs away because he doesn't want to get shot again. And he takes off running. That's what happened. He didn't have a gun when he went up to the car. Kalen Johnson killed Richard Shiloh. That's what happened.
Thank you, Mr. Bradford. Mr. Coleman, you may call your first witness.
The state calls Carolyn Lewis.
These two cases are remarkably similar. It's crazy.
Ms. Lewis was previously sworn. You can have a seat, ma'am.
All right. I'm not sure if the pantyhose worked to take out any fiberglass. I don't
Have a
feel
seat,
any
Doc.
left.
Yes, sir.
So
Would you please state your full name for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Carolyn Lewis.
And Ms. Lewis, how are you employed, ma'am?
I am employed with the Beaumont Police Department's 911 Center.
And how long have you been with the 911 Center?
33 years and 7 months.
33.
And the 911 Center, it's equipped with recording equipment, correct?
Yes, sir.
And in your 33 years, have you become familiar with that recording equipment?
Yes.
And do you know it to be capable of making an accurate recording?
No, sir.
Listen to my question. Do you know that recording equipment to be capable of making an accurate recording?
She said no.
No, sir. Not inaccurate.
And accurate.
And accurate. Okay, I thought he said in.
It's not a trick question. Let me ask it one more time.
Okay.
Do you know that equipment to make an accurate recording?
There you go.
And
you almost
it
shot
works
yourself
automatically. Is that fair to say? Anytime a call comes in, it automatically starts recording, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that those recordings are kept in the ordinary course of business for the 911 Center, right?
Yes, sir.
And you, as a employee there, working there, you have access to it, essentially a custodian of record for those 911 calls, right?
That's correct.
And do you have any reason to doubt that back on March the 27th of 2022, that recording equipment at the 911 Center was not properly operated?
No, sir.
Okay. And yeah, approach the witness, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Lewis, I'm going to show you what I will eventually mark as State's Exhibit number 1. I'll ask you whether or not, well, for the record, what type of device are we looking at?
The thumb drive.
Okay, and this thumb drive, do you recognize it?
Yes, sir.
How do you recognize it?
My signature is on it in today's date.
Indicating what?
That I listened to the recording today.
Okay. And do you have any reason to doubt that this recording is not a fair and accurate recording from the 911 Center from March the 27th of 2022?
No, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, State Officer states 1. It's been previously provided to the defense counsel in discovery, pending to him for his inspection.
No objections.
States 1's admitted.
Permission to publish, Judge.
Yes, sir.
All right. I think the pantyhose did the trick. It took the fiberglass out of my arm if there was any left. So, yay. Thanks for the advice. Epsom salts, I'm going to stick in the cupboard. We're not going to use those. Don't need to. Although I'll keep a pair of those around. I got 16 pair because that was cheaper, I guess. I'll keep a pair for when I have to return the ladder and get more fiberglass all over me. Which I have to do as soon as he's gone. It's easier to just borrow it and then return it later than tell him I borrowed it.
I think somebody got killed, but the car just laid down. What's your name? Your name? It's a silver car. Is it 2250 West Virginia? Yeah, West Virginia. Yeah. Where's the person that got shot? He's over there in front of that dumpster, right by the parking lot. The vehicle. The doors are still open. He's inside of the vehicle? Okay, the person that got shot is still inside the vehicle. Okay. What kind of vehicle was it? It looks like is that awesome? You're gonna see the car. The door is wide open. Okay, for sure. Can you at least give me a color, man, so officers kind of have a feeling for it coming in? It's a red car. It's a red car. It's right by the dumpster. It's right in the back. Okay, right by the park. By the park. Where the gate is, right? Okay. Are you able to tell if he is breathing or not? No, I don't think they don't think their parents might not survive, but I know they want to go to this shop. What is the description of anybody that did shoot them? No, they had on like hoodies and stuff, but they were so recorded it. It was two guys, and they got into a civil car and drove out the way. Were they white, black, Hispanic? They were definitely black. Okay. Black nose with hoodies, and they took off in a silver car? Yes, they took off in a silver car. We need to know. Anybody see them? No, we don't. No, because I talk with our kids. I seen them walking up to the vehicle, and they just shot. And looked like they tried to take something out the car, and they ran all the way to the front. The car does stuff, and I think that person is. Yeah. Oh, that's sad, man. So nobody's over there with him? I doubt it. I don't even know if there's two people in the car. I mean, we're in at the beach. Yeah, so. Okay, you're not going over there. What was your name, ma'am? My name is Kiara. Okay. Oh, you do have officers? Yeah, okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Okay, if you look get closer to him and you can see anything, and I'm not saying go over there, but if you do, give us a call back and let us know so we know kind of condition, but stop through the EMS on the way, okay? Okay. All right. Thanks. Thank you.
That was rough. At least we could hear it. We just couldn't make out any of the sound.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. I'll pass the word, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Pullman. Mr. Radford?
No question.
Any objection to Ms. Lewis being excused?
No, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day. You're excused. Thank you.
Now, the state calls Michael Ballard.
You can have a seat, sir.
Ooh, it's a baby cop. This guy's young. Don't let the hair on his chin fool you. He is, in fact,
State your
14.
full name for the court reporter and the ladies and gentlemen for the jury.
Michael Ballard.
And Mr. Ballard, you're no longer in law enforcement, correct?
That's correct.
But back on March the 27th of 2022, were you a certified peace officer?
Yes, sir.
Working for what department?
Beaumont Police Department.
And at around 7:30 or so, were you dispatched or did you receive a dispatch?
Yes, sir.
What was the nature of it and the location, please?
I was 2250 West Virginia, which is an apartment complex in Beaumont. It was in reference to a victim of a shooting.
And if you recall, that apartment complex, what's the name of it?
I don't recall.
Not a problem. And 2250 West Virginia, that's in Beaumont, Texas. Is that also in Jefferson County, Texas?
Yes, sir.
Please describe to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what you saw when you made the scene.
Yes, sir. Upon arrival, I recall a red Cadillac parked. It was backed into a parking spot. And I drove up on the passenger side vehicle with both doors open. And there was other officers already on scene, appeared to be giving medical aid to a subject on the driver's side, laying outside the door.
Right next to or behind where the Cadillac was parked, what, if any, what existed? What's located?
It was a park.
A park?
Yes, sir.
And were there individuals there at the park?
Absolutely. There was children and families out there.
And 7:30 on March the 20th, in March, is the sun, or was the sun kind of going down?
Yeah, it was going down. Yes, sir.
And what did you do next once you made the scene?
We attempted to give medical aid to the victim.
And did EMS personnel arrive on the scene?
Yes, sir.
And did they transport the subject to, did they transport the subject?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ultimately, if you had it or if you know it, ultimately was that individual who was transported by EMS personnel, was he identified?
Yes, sir. I believe his name was Richard Shiloh.
Now, you, that day, were you equipped with any recording equipment?
Yes, sir. My body worn camera.
Body worn camera.
Yes, sir.
That body worn camera, was it properly operating that day?
Yes, sir.
Capable of making an accurate recording, correct?
Greeners,
Yes,
thanks
sir.
for popping in.
And you, as the operator of that
Hope you're
body
doing
worn
well.
camera, you're certainly familiar with it and its ability, and you were capable of properly operating that body worn camera, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did the events that transpired there at 2250 West Virginia, were they captured on your body worn camera that day?
Yes, sir.
When I approach the witness, Judge.
You may.
Mr. Ballard, I'm going to show you what I'm going to eventually mark as State's Exhibit number 2. For the record, what type of a device are we looking at here?
USB drive.
And this USB drive, do you recognize it?
Yes, sir. It has my initials on it with today's date.
Indicating what?
That I watched it this morning.
Okay. And is other than the redactions that were made that were necessary for court today, is it a fair and accurate copy of what was captured on your body worn camera that day?
Yes, sir.
Now at this time, State offers States 2, and it's been previously entered into evidence, previously provided and discovered to defense counsel, and I tender to him for the affection.
Judge, I'm going to renew my objections I made pre-trial regarding the statements that were made by a witness at the scene, that those statements are 1, hearsay, and 2, also that the statements violate the confrontation clause under Crawford versus Washington. I should be entitled to question that witness.
The state's position is that it's an excited utterance, and as such, it's non-testimonial, and it's an exception to the hearsay.
If that's the case, I still get to cross-examine her under the confrontation clause.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I hate to do this quick, that we discussed this before. I want to make sure that everything is proper before we go forward. It's 1:35. This is not going to take longer than about 5 minutes. So if I'm just going to have you kind of step right outside the courtroom, wait there real quick, and we'll get this taken care of. 1:35. Keep in mind all those instructions you were previously given. We'll get you back in just a few minutes. Everyone else, please remain seated.
What do you guys think? Confrontation clause. You should be able to confront the witness. You have a right to that, right? He's saying it's excited utterance, so it's not hearsay. You're correct. But does the rule for confrontation still allow that? I think he should be able to. He doesn't have to call her. If the state wants to bring it in, they have to call her. Jury sits right outside the door.
Right. So what I'm looking at real quick is the 2 steps to this process. The first step is whether or not I believe it's an exception to the hearsay rule with the excited utterance, and I do. The second step is whether or not it was testimonial. Crawford does not apply if it's not a testimonial statement. And so that is what I'm looking at right now as to whether or not I believe that statement that Ms. Ballard made would have been testimonial in nature. That's the specific finding in Crawford, is that it has to be testimonial. So give me just a minute to kind of look at a couple things, and we're going to go off the record for a minute while I read this.
Yes.
Okay, she's going to go off the record. We're going to skip forward just a little bit because we can. She's just reading. There we go.
So
testimony.
Back on the record, I'm looking at a couple of different cases. There is a case, Wall v. State. It's a case out of the Court of Criminal Appeals in 2006, which has a good explanation of the 2 differences with the excited utterance specifically, and whether or not it's testimonial in nature. And then also there is another case. It's a Westlaw site recently from 2026, Lawyer v. State. And
Lawyer v. State. I love that.
That one has a holding where a statement that's admitted for a reason unrelated to its truth does not implicate confrontation. And so after having watched the video, her statement does not implicate herself or anyone else for that matter. It's just a fact that she was on the phone and he said that he got shot. There's no who shot me. There's nothing like that, or she didn't hear the gunshot. She didn't hear voices. She's not, in my opinion, at that moment thinking that anything she was saying or doing would somehow end up in court or otherwise, other than this is running up to figure out what had happened to someone that she was on the phone with. And the questions really from the officers had to do with basic, what did you hear? It was not anything that she would have needed to be Mirandized for, or obviously for herself, or again, there's nothing inculpatory, exculpatory, otherwise. It's just really a statement.
What did you hear?
And a very excited one at that. And so I am going to make the finding that her statement was not testimonial. And it is an
wouldn't it be testimony as to what she said?
The hearsay.
What she heard?
Under the excited utterance, and allow that part of it in. Obviously, if she comes to testify, you can question her more about what happened if you want, Mr. Radford, but just based on the limited nature of the statement and or the statements, it was only, I think it was maybe 5.5 minutes worth of her running up on the scene until they kind of moved her aside. And so I'm going to allow that and overrule that objection. All right, we can get the jury back in.
That's interesting. I don't think it has to be testimonial against someone. Just saying, I heard someone got shot, or I was doing this and this happened. Isn't that testimony? If she's stating this is what occurred, or these are my observances, or this is what I was doing, wouldn't that be testimony? Thinking this one through. Still waiting for them to come back in. Get situated.
State number 2.
Renew my objection, Judge, for the record.
The objection's overruled. It's admitted.
Commissioner Publisher?
Yes, sir.
This is our view. We don't even get a small view.
Just to give the jury an idea, what perspective are we looking at here?
This is directly off my chest.
Through the windshield of your patrol car?
Yes, sir.
Or showing the interior of your patrol car?
Yes, sir.
So when the camera shakes, are you flexing your pectoral muscles back and forth? Is that what's causing that? He just did a sniff test. This court does show the jury. It's just the court's habit. Sound's going to kick in just a second.
Okay, thanks. For the record, we're about 35 seconds into the video. Is this the 2250 West Virginia?
Yes, sir. This view right here is of the park, but this side of the gate that I'm on is the apartment complex.
Be worried about do anybody have a seat? Yeah. You have one? What's your got one here.
They're asking for a chest seal.
He said he's good.
Not sure how long this entire video is going to run. It might be about 5 minutes here of excited female voices. Yeah, Chris, this court picks the jury on camera, so you get to see it. It's just like up in Washington. Tumwater. I'm going to crank the volume a little bit. I'm glad we're not seeing this.
Yeah, 1 year. That's all I see.
Where'd you put him?
He's going to make sure EMS can get through real quick. They're coming.
Is he?
Yeah. But Jordan is saying,
Okay.
Jordan, you have another chest seal or no? Or anything for this?
I don't know if I can do it now. See the still. Come on. Come on. Wait. Bro. That's the right one.
They're wrong side.
It sounds like air, right? It's going in better after that. If one wall is fake right there.
Yeah, we got one on. All right, good. Another. Can you move aside? I think this small something else. I see some stuff. I think this time maybe I'll just take give me one side.
Well, what do you guys attempting to do? Or what are they attempting to do at this point?
They're attempting to render aid to put a chest seal on his gunshot wounds.
And eventually EMS arrives on scene, correct?
That's correct.
You want to be an Irish? Huh?
Purposes of the record, we're about 6 minutes and 13 seconds into the video. Is that EMS arriving on scene?
Yes, that's correct.
That's crazy. You guys can try that with my side. You know how we use.
We find anything at all in the name? It's locked.
Yeah.
Again, for purposes of the record, we're about 7 minutes and 37 seconds into the video. Is it fair to say EMS is transporting you?
Yes, sir.
Didn't sound very hectic.
Wait, I looking quick on even the lights. I didn't think more sounds like called my own. At some point, do you and other officers go out and kind of talk to the bystanders of
Yes, sir.
potential witnesses?
That's correct.
About 9 minutes and 31 seconds into the video. Is that what's going on? Again, without saying what they told you or what they said, because that would be hearsay, but you guys,
Yes, sir.
make attempts to get statements.
To identify a witness. Yes, sir.
Man, he got really loud there. Sorry. Then they went away again. This volume's terrible. I'm having to crank it about 26 decibels. Ouch. Was that a sneeze?
We're about 12 minutes and 10 seconds into the video. I think it's obvious, but we're looking at some children there at the adjacent park, correct?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Any reason to believe that they wouldn't have been there when the gunfire took place?
No, sir. No reason.
So aside from not being able to see the body cam footage,
If you recall, at some point, who shows up on scene?
Would be the victim's girlfriend.
The victim's girlfriend?
Yes, sir.
And I'll play the video here in just a second, but how would you characterize her demeanor, the state that she was in?
She was distraught.
Okay.
Yeah.
so the victim's girlfriend was on the phone with him when he got shot and then shows up on scene. So you might hear some voices here in a minute.
If you talk to us, Mom.
Talk to you because we're still trying to figure out what's going on. Can you get we don't know, so we need to talk to you. Somebody up there. What's going on? Listen, what's going on?
Okay.
So we can talk to you.
We can't talk to you and help you. We can't talk to you and help you.
Okay, so
Who is Rashad and you?
who is Rashad? This is my boyfriend. Okay, what's his last name? Shalom.
Is that in that event this kind of like your first?
What color is it?
These are Rashad? We don't even know if Rashad's the one that shot.
I shot. How do you know that?
say somebody shot him. He was on the phone with you? Yes. How long?
Just to be clear, she just said that she was on the phone with him when he said he was shot, correct?
That's correct.
Did she say anything about hearing an argument?
No, sir.
Yeah. No, 20 minutes ago. Where'd you come from? 20 minutes ago.
So you were on the phone with him?
Yes.
And did you hear any gunshots?
No.
So you were just on the phone with him and he said someone shot me?
Yes. His name is Rashard Shallon? Yes. What's his birthday? August the 18th. August the 19th. And he's 31. So that makes, I'm not sure.
Okay, so y'all were talking, how'd you know he was out here? Did he tell you?
No.
You didn't know where he was?
No.
So how'd you know he was out here?
I was calling around and asking if anybody seen him, and I was running around looking here for ambulance and police officers.
He's out here.
I'm not sure. I'm just looking. I've never seen him out here before ever. I've never been out here with him. I'm not sure why he would be out here at all.
Okay, so.
But I heard him on the phone.
We don't even know if Rashard's the one that shot.
We don't know if it's, yes, we don't even know if it's Rashard.
Red County over there.
Yes.
But we're trying to figure out if that's who this person is or what we have going on because nobody's telling us anything. Okay?
So he's gone?
We don't know.
We don't know if that's him. There was somebody there that went to the hospital. I don't know if it's him. Okay, so Rashard Shallow owns that car.
Yeah.
And he called you. What's your last name?
I was on the phone with him.
One more time. What's your last name?
Ballard.
B-A-L-L-A-R-D. What's your first name again? Spell it.
A-L-I-Z-E.
A-L-I-Z-E. What's your birthday?
August 23rd.
August 23rd. What year?
1998.
1998. What's your address? 3734 South 26. 734. What's your phone number?
409.
We don't need that part.
8675309.
8675309.
Okay, so you're on the phone with Rashard.
Yeah.
He owns the
I
Cadillac.
can tell you the exact time.
Tell me the size.
Did he call you or were y'all just on the phone?
He called me. I was on the phone going to sleep, and I was laying down. And he called me. He said he was about to go get something for some food.
For his food?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you saying it's not get food?
He didn't say, but he said he had to make a stop first.
Okay.
So I thought they would leave his daughter or something. Because he has to a girl, and he could talk to the hospital.
Does he know anybody out here that you know of?
No.
No.
I mean, it's my family right here, but that's the only people that I
Your
know.
family lives out here?
Well, yes, ma'am. I didn't even know that they were downstairs.
Okay, what time do you call? What time do you call? Are you calling? What time are y'all on the phone?
Hey, did we get someone to go to the office?
Okay. 7 o'clock, y'all are on the phone. How long are y'all on the phone? Like 27 minutes. Okay, so at the end of that call, he said somebody shot him? Okay.
So you never heard any sort of gunshots or anything?
No.
He said,
Did he ever mute or do anything?
He hung up.
He
he
hung
said,
up
get
once?
away from my car and move away from my car.
I heard a whole bunch of like phones and like the phone had failed.
Okay, and then you didn't know where he was, so you started driving around the south end looking for an ambulance.
I stayed on the street.
Okay, and you saw this.
Somebody stayed on the street that said the police officer.
Okay.
And I was actually
Who was Rashard with?
nobody.
He was by himself.
From my knowledge. I don't know if he's like his daughter. I'm personally listening.
Okay, so he was by himself,
Right.
on the phone with you talking, you didn't
So
do it.
this gunshots. Somebody picked down here gunshots. Like it's never recorded. What happened?
We don't know. Trying to figure it out.
We're trying to
So
figure it
they
out.
think it's fine.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Okay. Well, you probably need to hang around until Texas, because they may want to talk to you too. What does he look like?
I don't have no picture of him.
You don't have any pictures of him at all?
No,
What does he look like?
Did he have any pictures of him on social media?
no.
You don't have any social media whatsoever?
Tall, short, fast.
So there's nobody in this planet that has a picture of him.
His back mom, but I she had my iPhone. Where's that at?
Let's do all of that.
That's not that.
That phone right there is over. Did it start?
It works, but so I know
He didn't have any family members on social media that has.
Do you have tattoos?
I don't know if anybody knows other than mom and mom.
Please.
Is he tall or short? He's short. Is he skinny or fat? Yes. He like medium vein. He have tattoos? Any kind of tattoos? Yes, no. What kind of hair does he have? Exactly. You probably have to black hair. It's probably hard to figure out. So it doesn't have, you don't know if he has tattoos or not? I know he got tattoos. It's like some of the LA. Are they on his legs, his arms, his back, his stomach? He got one on his hair. On this side, this side. What kind of hair does he have? Like LA. What's his hair looks like? It's like an afro.
Like a little, is it like big afro, like a little bitty afro, like a fade grown out type deal, or?
How big was the afro?
So like a little afro. You haven't seen him in 2 days?
2 days. And who's gonna follow each other? Like, I've been so busy working, like. Okay, is that your family right there? Yes. Okay, why don't you hang out with them? Hey, we need to talk to the manager out here. No, nobody knows nothing. And then there's nothing. Okay, what, what's the first call for if you don't mind? Yes, I don't even know what it was.
We showed up late, so this is the park from back.
So these cars, I know the.
You can't go past the tape.
Okay, I don't think it's on numbers.
With the license plate? Sure, what is it? EM1? I don't think that's the plate before. I don't know. I don't have the plate written down or anything, but EM1. What kind? You said it's a red Cadillac. He's 20 drive?
Have you tried to call him back? Yes, it's not estimated.
What does he drive?
That's the car.
Red Cadillac? Cadillac what?
Is that your car?
I don't know what kind of car he drives.
Cadillac.
Cadillac what? Many people can drive red Cadillacs.
Little cars.
Well, like I said, we're not real sure. We're trying to figure out what's going on as well. Well, hang tight with your family so I can go watch the video.
Oh, the video on the comments?
We hope.
Maybe.
That's what we're going to
Figure it out. But don't hang out with them and don't go past any of that tape.
Okay.
Mr. Ballard, eventually you make your way to the apartment management office.
Yes, sir.
For what purpose?
To look at any video.
And as far as you know, was there or was video obtained at some point?
I believe so, yes, sir. Barely on four.
This is all I wish to publish.
Thank you.
All right. We're done with that video. Hope you all envisioned it in your mind exactly as it played out on the screen.
Did you prepare a report at or near the time when these events took place?
Yes, sir.
And prior to testifying here today, did you review that report?
Yes, sir.
And did it help to refresh your recollection?
Yes, sir.
I mean, it did happen
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And have you testified here to this jury in accordance with what you put in your report at the time?
Yes, sir.
All right. Pass the sir.
Thank you. Mr. Bradford?
Mr. Ballard, did you have any role in investigating this case, or did you just respond?
Just the scene itself. I had nothing to do with that.
Okay, so you turned your report in to the detective that's assigned to the case.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember who that was?
No, sir, I do not.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Bradford. Anything else, Mr. Coleman?
No, Your Honor. May this witness be excused.
Any objection to that?
No, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
You may call your next witness.
The state calls Michelle Seha.
Is there a song about Michelle, Ma Belle? These are words that go together well, or something like that. Why is this witness a former officer? I don't know, but he doesn't look like he served on the force for a long time. He wouldn't. Doesn't look like he has any legal problems that prevented him from being a.
Good afternoon, ma'am. If you please
it's a
raise your right
Beatles
hand.
song.
You swear affirm the testimony you're going to give in this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you. You can have a seat.
Maybe he just didn't like the work. Well, she brought her water, a phone, a binder.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would you please state your full name for the court reporter
medical
and
pack.
spell your last name, please?
Michelle Seha.
C-E-J-A.
And Ms. Seha, how are you employed?
With the Beaumont Police Department as a crime scene tech.
And I'm sure the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, they're familiar with crime scene techs based on what they've probably seen on TV, but what are your duties, your official duties as a crime scene tech?
Depending on the scene, it can vary from taking pictures, collecting evidence, possible fingerprints, maybe mapping the scene, and
Is that commonly referred to as quote unquote processing the scene?
yes,
And how long have you served in that capacity as a crime scene tech?
it'll be 9 years this year.
Have you processed few or many scenes during that 9 years?
It's been many.
I want to take you back to March 27th of 2022, where you called out to process a scene at 2250 West Virginia.
Yes, sir.
And that's in Beaumont, Texas?
Yes, sir.
In Jefferson County, Texas?
Yes.
Okay. And when you arrived there, just briefly, the jury's already heard, actually seen what the scene looks like, but just briefly tell them what you recall seeing when you arrived.
Whenever I arrived, it was in the evening. The scene was taped off with yellow tape. There was various police units, officers. The scene was in the parking lot of an apartment complex, and I was directed to a vehicle where the incident occurred.
And did you begin taking photographs?
Yes, sir.
Did you take photographs of the area as well as the vehicle or vehicles in that area?
Yes, sir.
May I approach the witness, Judge?
Sure.
Please.
Yes, sir.
Got some pictures to show you.
I'm going to show you what I've marked for identification purposes as states exhibits number 3 through 23. I ask that you take a moment, please, to look at these and please tell me if you recognize them.
She's really enjoying each picture. I think she does have a trapper keeper. Prosecutor standing next to her, trying not to watch, thinking this is taking forever. You should have been able to flip through these and just say yes. If you missed the verdict, let's go back.
You recognize those?
Yes, sir.
Are they the photographs from that day that you've been testifying about?
Yes, sir.
Are they fair and accurate depictions of that scene there at 2250 West Virginia as it appeared that day when you took these photographs?
Yes, sir.
Any reason to believe these photographs have been altered or changed in any way?
No, sir.
At this time, State Officer States 3 through 23 to Defense Counsel on tendering to Defense Counsel for his inspection, and also they've been previously provided to him in the civil. Have a moment.
Do you want to take the witness on voir dire? No? Or he just wants to look at the pictures?
How to briefly take this witness on board.
Sure.
Ma'am, you recall about what time these pictures were taken?
I do not know the exact time I started taking pictures, but according to my report, I got there about 8:09, and I was there until
It says 2140 on your report. Would that be about right?
yes,
2140 would be 940.
yes,
So you were there. So these pictures probably were taken somewhere between 8 and 9:30 at night.
yes.
That's all I have to do. I don't have any objection.
States 3 through 23 are admitted.
Here's the post, Judge.
Yes, of course.
Miss say if we can walk through these photographs fairly quickly. And if it's helpful, you can refer to the screen behind you. I think you got a screen there. Well, States exhibit number 3. What are we looking at here?
That is when I first arrived, just to show that the scene is taped off.
Okay. States exhibit number 4. It's fair to say a photo of the apartment building.
Yes, sir.
States exhibit number 5. It looks like you've actually kind of zoomed in on the building number. Why do you do that? For what purpose?
Just for reference to show about the area where the scene was located.
And before I forget, I mean, we've got about 20 photos here. These aren't the only photos you took that day.
No,
Is
sir.
it fair to say you took many more?
Yes, sir.
If you know, I mean, you probably don't know, right?
No, sir.
Many more pictures, right?
Yes.
And you do that for what purpose?
Just try to get as many pictures as possible to show as much of what was going on that night.
Is it fair to say that you never know what may become significant or important at a later date, so you try to capture off as much of that as you can?
Yes, sir.
Okay. States exhibit number 6, is that just kind of a front view of that red Cadillac?
It was a general shot of the scene.
Okay. State 7, just another shot of the scene there from a different angle.
Yes, sir.
States 8, another shot of that vehicle.
Yes, sir.
States 9, close up of that vehicle.
Yes, sir.
States number 10, we've got some objects sitting on and outside of the vehicle. What are those?
It's to mark possible evidence.
Called evidence farms, right? Did you place those there or did somebody else?
I marked those, sir.
States 11, is that just the back side of that Cadillac?
Yes, sir.
States number 12, you're starting to kind of work your way inside to the interior of that vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Is it kind of a process that you kind of generally follow? Capturing the scene as a general first, in general, and then kind of working your way to the vehicle, around it, and then inside? Is that kind of
Yes, sir. I try to follow that on every scene.
I'm sorry, didn't catch that.
Yes, I try to follow that on every scene.
State's exhibit number 13, just to kind of a more closely in shot of that interior, correct?
Yes, sir.
State's 14, what are we looking at there?
That is possible blood residue on the seat.
Driver's seat?
Yes, sir.
State's exhibit number 15, more blood on that driver's seat?
Yes, sir.
State's exhibit number 16, what are we looking at there?
That is, that was on the ground at the scene on the driver's side of the vehicle.
Now, based on your training and experience, what could that possibly be?
A possible bullet hole.
Okay. A bullet hole from the clothing or an article of clothing that the victim may have been wearing at the time?
Possible.
Possible. State's exhibit number 17, what are we looking at there?
That is a close-up.
Close up of that article of clothing?
Yes, sir.
You got, it looks like there's a measuring device or ruler next to that. What's the purpose of that?
And just for scale.
Okay. State's exhibit number 18, more blood on the seat there?
Yes, sir, but also there was a possible bullet hole on the seat.
Is that the passenger side seat there?
Yes, sir.
State's exhibit number 19, it looks like, again, you kind of worked your way around that vehicle. You're now on the passenger side, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. State's exhibit number 20. You know, we're on the passenger side rear, and we've got two objects there on the back floorboard. What are those?
Those are additional evidence markers.
State's exhibit number 21. Is that a zoomed in or a close-up of those evidence markers?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what are they marking?
Casings.
Bullet casings?
Yes,
marking evidence.
State's exhibit number 22. Just another shot of that, at least one of those casings?
Yes, sir.
And then lastly, state's exhibit number 23. Another zoomed in shot of those bullet casings, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, were those casings collected and added to evidence?
Yes, sir.
And at some point, once you got back to the PD, did you take further photographs of those casings?
Yes, sir.
For what purpose?
Just shots of the head stamp of the casing, possibly a clearer photo than they were possibly at the scene.
With the head stamp or the end, what I would refer to the end of the casing, would it refer to the caliber or millimeter of that firearm or that projectile?
The millimeter of?
The casing, yes.
Okay.
The caliber or the millimeter of?
Approach the witness, Judge.
Yes,
Tell me you don't know what guns are without telling me.
Let's say how I'm showing you what I've marked as states 24 and 25. Asked if you recognize those.
Yes, sir.
Are those the close-up or the photos of the casings you took once you were back at the PD?
Yes, sir.
Fair and accurate depictions of those casings. They don't appear to be altered or changed in any way.
No, sir.
State Officer states 24 and 25. The defense counsel treatment for him or the inspection has been previously provided and discussed. No objections.
24 and 25 are admitted.
Permission published, Judge.
Yes, sir.
I am showing you or publishing state's exhibit number 24. What is the millimeter or the caliber of this casing that's indicated here?
9mm.
And state's exhibit number 25, the other casing. What's the caliber of that casing?
9mm as well.
Also, as part of processing the scene, as a crime scene tech, I think we've even alluded to it by you gathering those casings. I mean, you not only photo and document, but you also gather evidence, correct?
Yes, sir.
Before we talk about the gather of the evidence, one last thing point on the photographs. Do you, in your training and experience, do you have at your liberty to choose what photographs to take if you think it has evidentiary value? Can you do that? I know it's a convoluted question. Let me work it out. Let me ask you
Terrible
better
question.
than that. What determines what you take photos of at a crime scene?
What determines what I take photos of?
Where the
How
camera's
do you
pointed.
determine what you take photos of?
I mean, I just try to take pictures of the scene, like everything that encompasses the scene. And if anything of value that I see or is pointed out to me, I'll try to further take pictures and close-ups of those items.
Certainly in your training experience, if you see something that looks like contraband, an illegal substance, narcotics or drugs, would it be your practice to take photos of it?
Yes.
And certainly if law enforcement points out to you, hey, I think those are drugs, you would make it a point to take a photo of it, right?
Yes, sir.
Were there any photos of any drugs in this case taken by you?
No, sir.
Did anybody point out to you, anybody with law enforcement point out to you that, hey, there's drugs in this car, you may want to take a photo of it?
No, sir.
And we were talking about gathering evidence, and certainly once that vehicle was inventoried, if you were still there processing the scene or even performing the inventory, if there were drugs there in that vehicle, would it have been placed into evidence?
Yes, sir.
No drugs were placed into evidence as it relates to this processing of this vehicle, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Did you prepare a report that detailed your involvement in this case?
Yes, sir.
Did you do it at or near the time when those events were still fresh on your memory?
Yes, sir. I probably did it that evening.
And did it help you in testifying here today? Well, I'm assuming you reviewed your report, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, did it help you in testifying here today by reviewing your report?
Yes, sir.
And have you testified consistent with what you included in your report?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll pass to you.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Mr. Radford?
Ma'am, how many shell casings did you find?
2.
Just 2, and where they were located outside?
No, sir. They were in the passenger side rear floorboard.
Okay, all right, so they were inside the car,
Yes, sir.
in the rear floorboard on the passenger side.
Yes.
Do you have a
Did
ponytail?
you didn't find anything outside?
No, no, sir. Not that I saw.
And I guess you would submit those to a ballistics expert, correct?
No, sir. I would submit that into evidence.
Okay, well, somebody, if you had a gun, somebody would test those shell casings for comparison to a ballistics on a gun.
Possibly.
But that's not what you do.
No, sir.
Okay, that's all I have to.
Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Coleman?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection to Ms. Seha being excused?
No, ma'am.
No, Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Seha. You're excused, and you're placed under the rule, and you know what that means.
All right, that's 3 witnesses, Your Honor. That's the only 3 that were sworn in. Does the state have more people?
You may call your next witness.
It's going to be a long-ish witness. It's your call, Judge. I mean, if you want to take it's your
I don't know. I kind of feel like we just got going. So let's go ahead.
State calls Janelle Scott.
Scott, never mind. Janelle. Thank you.
And if we need to take a break between you and Mr. Radford, we can do it at that point if we need. Everybody okay in the jury? Okay.
What do we have here? Do you think Emmy?
Witness has not been sworn, Judge.
Thank you.
Nor has
Good
she
afternoon, ma'am.
Give them the
Would you
instructions.
please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. You can have a seat in this chair right there.
She's got a badge.
Ms. Scott, if you'll just make sure, speak loudly and clearly into that microphone so everybody can hear you.
Okay.
And if it's a yes or no question, be sure to say yes or no, not just a head nod or an uh-huh, so the court reporter can take everything down.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would you please state your full name for the court reporter and the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Shavondalyn Janelle Scott.
Okay. And would you please spell your first name for the court reporter?
SHAVONDALYN.
Very good. And Ms. Scott, how are you employed, ma'am?
I'm a regional manager for ITEX.
ITEX, is that a, what is ITEX?
It's a property management company.
And as part of their property management, do they manage a property at 2250 West Virginia in Beaumont, Texas?
Yes, they do.
Back in 2022, at least, what was that property known as?
Virginia Estates.
Virginia Estates. But today it's known as Virginia Flats. Is that fair to say?
That is correct.
Okay. Virginia Estates or Virginia Flats, that's located in Jefferson County, in Beaumont, Texas, right?
Yes.
And Beaumont, Texas, of course, is in Jefferson County, Texas, right?
Yes.
As part of, were you managing that property back in, or working at that property back in March of 2022?
Yes.
And back in March of 2022, was the Virginia Estates apartments equipped with recording equipment?
Yes.
Various cameras, is that fair to say, throughout the property?
Yes.
Those cameras or that recording equipment, was it capable of making an accurate recording?
Yes.
Okay. And you, by virtue of your employment, you were familiar with that recording equipment, correct?
Yes.
And as a employee, if you chose to, you had access to those recordings, what we lawyers would refer to as being a custodian of record for those recordings, correct?
Yes.
Any reason to believe that that recording equipment was not properly operating on March the 27th of 2022?
No.
May I approach the witness, Judge?
Yes, sir.
Scott, I'm going to show you what I am marking for record purposes as State's Exhibit number 26. And I'll ask whether or not you, well, first of all, before I ask if you recognize it, I'm going to ask for the record, what kind of a device are we looking at here?
An SD card.
Okay. Or is it fair to say, I would refer to this as a USB drive. Would you argue with me if I call it a USB drive?
I would not.
Okay, very good.
She
Do
called
you
it
recognize
something
it?
else.
Yes.
How do you recognize it?
She called
I
it
just saw it.
an SD
Based
card.
on what? How do you know
I
that?
just saw it.
It has my initials and the date.
Okay. And in reviewing it, did any of the scenes or objects or things well, let me back up. Is it fair to say that there are multiple clips on, many clips, right?
Yes.
From the different camera angles, right?
Yes.
And is it fair to say that you recognize the scenes and the objects, the surroundings that are depicted in these clips?
Yes.
Okay. Any reason to believe that this is not a fair, or these clips are not fair and accurate recordings from that video recording equipment of Virginia Estates apartments from March the 27th of 2022? Any reason to believe they're not fair and accurate?
No.
Any reason to believe they've been altered or manipulated in any way?
No.
Your Honor, at this time, State Officer States 26 and for the record of tendering the defense counsel, but it's already been provided to him in discovery.
I've seen these Judge Mantaker on board.
Sure.
Vordier.
Ms. Scott, did you gather these clips after the police contacted you after this incident?
Did I personally gather them?
Yes.
No.
Who gathered?
The security company.
Okay. And did they give them to the police or did you?
I was able to request the videos.
Did you see them at that time?
Yes.
Is it the same videos that
Yes.
you saw? I don't have any.
I'm sorry.
I don't have any objections.
States 26 is admitted.
Permission to close, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Fred. I forgot to pin this one.
It's got, while I'm queuing this up, I mean, if you had to, if you know, or if you have to estimate about how many different clips do we have on? Only if you know. If you don't know, you don't know. I don't know. Okay, fair enough. But just to be clear, I'm just going to only focus on about 6 of those clips.
That clears things up. We're just chilling and waiting. It's security footage. Once again, we can't see it. Courts need to do better. The witness is waiting patiently, swiveling in their chair, waiting for something to happen. Still nothing to observe. She's like, just
for informational purposes for the court. Never fails with technology. With my laptop, I'm able to do a search, a control F, and do a search and find that title. But for whatever reason, it's not letting me do it. So it may take a little. This computer not letting me do it. It may take a minute here.
Okay.
Well, maybe you should
I don't
prepare.
know if it's easier for you to do that. You can also get your, if you want to put your laptop up there, you can hook it up as well.
I may have to do.
See how long he waits before he goes and gets his laptop. Gives in to the shame, the walk of shame across the courtroom to grab tech that works. Still waiting.
Hush! Now I'm trying to have court. Don't raise your voice.
Gosh.
Scott may be helpful. From time to time, I like to pause it, and I may just want to ask you to identify some objects around there. We are, for record purposes, we are looking at the video with the suffix of 18-19-20. And we are about 11 minutes and 33 seconds into that video. That scene, what are we looking at there?
One of the courtyards in the community.
Okay. And one of the courtyards, I guess, looking at your screen there, if we were to go further to the right, what would that lead to?
The parking lot.
The parking lot. Is it the parking lot that kind of backs up to that park that the jury's heard testimony about?
Yes.
And is it fair to say that at least, and I know you don't know these two individuals from Adam, but at least is it fair to say there's two individuals that are walking across that courtyard headed toward that parking lot.
Yes.
For record purposes, that individual in the front, in the lead, is it fair to say it looks like he's got some type of red on his pants there?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a date and timestamp at the very top there? Maybe the top left of that screen. Can you see that? Make that out?
Yes.
What's the date
She says
and
yes.
time?
March 27, 2022, 18:31.
6:31 p.m.
Okay.
I have to count.
I got.
Take it out.
For record purposes, I'll sped up to about 14 minutes and 24 seconds into the video. And I'll direct your attention to the very top right of the screen. And please let me know what, if anything, you see come into frame. What's going on there, Ms. Scott?
Looks like someone's peeping from around the corner.
Yeah. And is it fair to say that individual now in about 15 minutes and 13 seconds into this video is now running back in the same direction from which he came?
Yes.
All right. For record purposes, I am publishing the video clip that has the suffix 8. Well, it begins with 11-0327. And then it also has a suffix 18-19-20. The first thing, this is a shot of that parking lot that you just testified about?
Yes.
Next to the park? What's the date and timestamp on this particular clip?
March 27, 2022, 18:19.
6:19 p.m.
This is a quiet case.
We're about 11 minutes and 22 seconds into the video. The time now is about, what, 6:30 or so?
Yes.
And what, if anything, just took place?
A red Cadillac just came into view.
Backed into a parking space?
At least we're getting some narration.
We are about 12 minutes into the video. Is it fair to say, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but does it look like those two same individuals from the previous clip that we saw walking across that courtyard? They're now making contact with the driver of that red Cadillac?
Yes.
Fair to say it looks like there's a conversation going on?
Yes.
Code word for drug deal? I think the paneling is olive.
We're about 18 minutes and 18 seconds into this clip, and it's fair to say it looks like those two individuals have walked away from the red Cadillac, right?
Yes.
Okay, deal's over.
And at about 1824 or 6:20, 18 minutes and 24 seconds, the Cadillac drives away. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
If all your witnesses saying is yes, there's a chance you could be leading. Just a chance.
All right. What I am referring to or publishing now is the video clip that starts with 11-03-27 and has the suffix, excuse me, 19-19-29. The time, if you can see it there, is it fair to say that we're about an hour later now? This clip, if that little banner will go down here, hoping in just a second, or if you can see it, can you see it?
Yes.
What time are we? Same date, right?
Yes. March 27th.
What time now?
1919.
7:19 p.m.
Yes.
I don't know if you could make it out, but what does it look like here? There.
Someone standing on the sidewalk.
For record purposes, we're about 6 minutes and 58 seconds into the video. I'll direct your attention to the very top of that video.
I do appreciate him fast forwarding. Guess we can't see this part.
Does that vehicle that's driving in look familiar? Does it look like that same vehicle from the previous clip about an hour earlier? these individuals approaching that red vehicle, do they resemble those two individuals from that other previous kill from about an hour ago?
Yes.
So they're revisiting the deal?
And is it fair to say that about 8 minutes into this video, those two subjects are running away from that red Cadillac, right?
Yes.
After having been on the passenger side of that red Cadillac.
Yes.
The defendant was just... I guess he was watching the video. The defense attorney is just chilling. Still waiting. They've run away.
We're about 9 minutes and 17 seconds into that video. What does it appear, at least in your opinion, just happened here?
Like the driver collapsed on the ground.
And now?
Remember in the beginning when we started 110 years ago?
My girl Angie, member for 38 months, says, hey, kind of in your neck of the woods. Myrtle family vacation. My daughter got engaged to her long-term boyfriend. Just wanted to share my news. OG. My girl Angie, congratulations to you and your daughter. It's really cool. Myrtle Beach. Guess who else got married just recently? Mr. Beast. We now have a Mrs. Beast. Mr. and Mr. Beast. Mrs. and Mr. Beast. There we go. Red, when you're done there, I'm sure all your neighbors are going to ask for you to help as well, once you've got practice.
"14 minutes, 38 seconds into the video, it's fair to say police are starting to arrive on scene?"
Yes.
It sort of feels like the prosecutor could have just done this himself without calling the witness, because all she said is yes, 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 yes.
We're about 20 minutes, 30 seconds into the video. It's fair to say that EMS has arrived on scene now.
Yes.
Just a couple more of these clips, if you don't mind, Mr.
Sorry, Judge, that's my phone. Hang on.
Record purposes, I obviously the video clip that begins with 13-03-27 and has the suffix 18-57-12. Mr. Scott, what is it fair to say this is a different area of that Virginia Estates Apartments?
It is.
Closer to the entrance?
Yes.
In fact, would the entrance be behind, like where that red car is? Would it be, is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And if we were to go this direction, would it be lead to that parking lot where that red Cadillac parked the first time and then left and then came back and parked the second time?
Yes.
Okay. In fact, along that side of that area would be the parking lot, and then next to the parking lot again would be the park.
Yes.
Just to orient the jury as to what we're looking at. What I'm trying to do is get the banner to go down so we can see the date and time, and I can't seem to manage it. Can you make it out here?
March 27, 2022, 1857.
Or not a 657, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The town wants to hire me.
All these cameras
to
are
live stream.
linked as far as the date and the time. If there's a time reflected on one camera, in your experience, would it also be the same time that's reflected in another camera? In other words, what's happening in one camera at a certain time would be happening simultaneously in another camera. Is that your experience?
Yes.
there's a vehicle that's just come into view here. Fair to say that it appears that it came through the entrance, the main entrance, or is it the main entrance? Is that the main entrance?
We have two,
Is
but
that-
yes,
That's one of the entrances.
yes.
And if that vehicle would have kept going straight, it would have ended up down by where that Cadillac ultimately parked, right?
Judge, I'm gonna object that he's.
I am leading, Judge. I'm just trying to get through it. I'll do it.
I understand, I mean, but it's.
Yes, I
He's kind of doing a lot of leading.
All
Kinda.
right, sustained, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. If that vehicle kept going straight, where would it end up?
The end of the parking lot.
And is that what we saw or where we saw the red Cadillac before?
Yes.
Okay.
Britt.
But in this case, by making that right turn, it's fair to say they go a different direction.
Yes.
Britt, you are an OG. You've been here since Maya. Thank you very much. Appreciate your support. So my town, I gave them this quote months ago, then crickets, and now they're like, "Oh, we want you to do it, but send us the quote again." Like, okay, I'm only charging him.
We're about 2 minutes and 53 seconds into this video. In your opinion,
$300
does
a
it
day.
appear to have just happened?
Just a car drove in. It's looking for a spot, maybe.
And what did it do, at least initially, before kind of pulling off? Let me rewind it.
Yes.
Each technology data. What did it appear, in your opinion at least, to just have?
Judge, I'm gonna object to speculation. She doesn't know what the driver's thinking.
She can testify about her common life experience about observations of vehicles and the driver's behavior.
That's not relevant.
It is relevant. It's very relevant. I'll bring it all together.
Judge, just give me some.
I'm going to
rope.
overrule the objection if she knows.
So, in your opinion, I'm not trying to get you to get into the head of the driver. What did it appear to you just happened?
Wow.
Backing into a parking spot. Changed your mind?
Yeah.
Change their mind.
I mean, because
That's speculation.
To park either here or here would be in view, yes or no, of a straight view of line of sight of where that red Cadillac ultimately parked. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Charge him double that. My town can't afford it.
Scott, I'll ask you to focus on that silver car here for the next few seconds, please. Yes or no? Fair to say that it looks like the driver let a passenger out of the back seat?
Yes.
if you can make it out. It's kind of hard to, if you don't, or if you can't, that's fine. Yes or no, how many individuals do you see in or around the vehicle at this point?
3.
Okay. This is about 10 minutes and 49 seconds into the video. About 11 minutes and 12 seconds into the video, how many individuals do you see walk away from that vehicle?
2.
And the timestamp at that point?
1908.
7:08 p. If you can answer this, I mean, I want to stay within the rules and not ask you leading questions. But if those 2 individuals that left that vehicle, if they walked to the left, would that lead them to that area where the Cadillac was parked?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
About 22 minutes and 27 seconds into the video, what appears to take place at this point? And I can rewind it if you need me to.
I'm sorry?
I can rewind it if you need me to.
Oh, if you would.
Please. I ask you to focus your attention on that silver car again. About 22 minutes, 28 seconds, what appears to take place?
Someone else gets out of the car.
Yes, ma'am. As you focus on it, silver car again. Tell me what, if anything, you see about 24 minutes, 35 seconds into the video. I will draw that question. This is where I was trying to get to. In about 25 minutes and 11 seconds into the video, tell me what, if anything, you see.
Someone getting into the vehicle.
Yes, let me just play it back for the jury.
If this is real time, how this crime happened, it took all weekend.
And what time? What's the time stamp at this point?
1922.
7:22 p.m. And for the last clip, Ms. Scott, I do appreciate your cooperation.
Apple has 2 days to approve my organization's business account, or else I have to delete everything and try it over again. They're taking forever.
For record purposes, I am publishing the clip that begins with 13-03-27, ending in 19-27-19. This is going to happen real quick. I think, Ms. Scott, what I'll do is I'll play it in its entirety. Then I'll just rewind and we can count on back.
I forget what case we're on between each question. Here's what we know. Drug deal gone bad. Murder turned robbery. The victim was on the phone with his girlfriend at the time it happened. The girlfriend just happened to show up at the park he happened to be dealing at and not know why he was there or not know that he was there before or what he was doing. I think she did. I didn't believe her on that part. Defendant's young. And apparently there's a wee bit of footage, but we can't see it. So it doesn't matter how good it is.
We're about 10 seconds into the video. What's happening now?
The car is leaving.
That silver car that we've been talking about?
Yes.
Leaving the parking space?
Yes.
About 18 seconds into the video, what's the silver car do?
Car just stopped.
Okay.
At least she's telling us a little bit more about what happens instead of just saying yes. I can't help it.
The door on that the passenger side door on that silver passenger car, what just happened with regard to that door?
Someone opened it.
Someone opened it.
And what is simultaneously happening at the top left-hand corner of the video?
You're running towards the vehicle.
Who is?
Someone, two people.
Two people, do they resemble the two individuals who were first seen in the courtyard and then who were also seen at the side of the red Cadillac?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you to focus on the individual in the front with the pants, with the red stripe.
With the pants, with the red stripe.
What, if anything, does it appear with regard to his right arm? If you can make it out.
She can't.
I'll run it back. Let me ask it this way. Does he appear to be carrying something?
Yes.
Okay. You have any idea what it might be?
No.
Did he appear to be carrying something in the earlier clips in the courtyard or when he was at the side of the red Cadillac?
I don't remember.
Okay. And for the record, for the purpose of the record, what does it appear that they ultimately do?
Get into the car.
Okay. And after they get in the car, it's fair to say the car does what?
Drive out.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Scott. I know this is not what you signed up for.
Yeah, she's like, that's not
Not
my,
yet.
Can I go? She's like, can I go?
the other attorney may have to ask you some questions.
Okay.
Judge, I think I'll pass the witness. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Mr. Radford?
Yes, I have just a few questions. It was Scott, if I understand correctly, to sum up what we saw. We
Please.
saw at about 6 o'clock or somewhere thereabouts, you saw a red Cadillac come into the Virginia Estates parking lot and park, correct?
Yes.
And then we see the driver get out and he meets and appears to have a conversation with two other men.
Yes.
And then they all leave.
Yes.
In about 45 minutes, the red Cadillac comes back and parks at about the same spot, correct?
Yes.
And we see two men that are dressed, I guess exactly, or look like the same two men that came there earlier.
Yes.
And then we see something happens, a commotion or something, and then they run off and the driver collapses onto the ground.
Yes.
And then we see the two men get into this silver car and take off.
Yes.
That's all I have, Judge.
Anything else, Mr. Coleman?
No, Judge.
So
Any
you're
objection
saying
to Ms. Scott being excused?
No, no.
this
No, ma'am.
could have been an
Thank you,
email.
Ms. Scott. You're excused. And Ms. Scott, you're placed under the rule. And what that means is that you're not allowed to be here and watch anybody else's testimony. You're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone other than the lawyers or the investigators. And you're instructed not to watch any of the proceedings on YouTube.
She's like, why would
Thank you.
Why would I do that?
You're free to go, ma'am.
You
All
can
right,
see
ladies
the-
and gentlemen, let's go ahead at this point and take our afternoon break. It's about 3:15. We'll take about a 15-minute break. So we'll try to get started at 3:30. Keep in mind all those instructions that you were previously given. If everyone else would please remain seated in the courtroom, you're excused for about 15 minutes.
You're not. You're not. I'm sorry. You're not. Because I know we could have done this before. We could have skipped ahead, but now you're grateful because now we can.
All right, we're back on the record. State's attorneys present, defendant, defense counsel are present. Anything before we bring the jury back in? Do y'all want to go ahead and discuss the transcript?
Judge, I'm going to object to the transcript under 403, 404, and 609. The court has previously overruled that objection. Mr. Coleman has provided me with a redacted copy. Subject to my objection, I agree with the way he has redacted it.
Okay, perfect.
So that if that's clear.
So, and I did already, I think, rule on that, but if you need to, I can rule now or when the investigator comes in to
You just rule
read
now, and
it.
I'll just renew it at the time, and you can say, oh.
Then I'll overrule that objection, and it sounds like the redactions, at least those based on my ruling, are agreed upon, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Anything else then?
I don't believe so, Judge.
All right, and just for timing, we were off the record, but for timing purposes, looks like there's gonna be, you said, another ID tech, and then you'll bring the investigator in to read that transcript, and then the other witnesses cannot be here till tomorrow morning, correct?
That's correct.
All right, you can bring the jury in.
You'll bring the jury. Should we speed this up, or do you want to save it? I'm speeding it up. We can't speed up a lot, but we can speed up some. Judge already talks pretty quick. They're not super slow. Josh, you've brought us hours and hours and hours of viewing pleasure. If it was just straight trees all the time, I would do this. Foliage. I'm sorry. I forgot we were a little bit behind. But I think at this rate, we can watch the rest of the day sped up.
All right, let the record reflect the jury seated, state's attorneys present, defendant and defense counsel are present. Mr. Coleman, you may call your next witness.
State calls
She
Vanessa
talks
Barnett.
fast. Not soon enough, Fred. SF in Texas, we covered that already at the beginning of this live stream. Oh, not the sentencing phase. Okay, you're right. Foliage. You're right. Sorry about that, SF in Texas. You were there for that. Can you just spoil it for us,
Ms.
SF in
Barnett,
Texas?
you were in here before and sworn, correct?
Yes, I'd appreciate
Go ahead
that.
and have a seat.
We don't want to have to go back to that part of Texas yet. We have
You may
seen
proceed.
her
Thank you, Your
before.
Honor. Good afternoon, Ms. Barnett. Would you please state your full name for the court and spell your first name, please?
It's Vanessa, ANESSA, Barnett, BARNETT.
And Ms. Barnett, how are you employed now?
In the city of Beaumont.
More specifically,
ID technician.
for the Beaumont Police Department, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And how long have you served as an ID technician?
it'll be 10 years in August.
Okay. And is that the same thing? The jury's already heard testimony from Michelle Seha, who described herself as a crime scene tech. Is that the same thing, interchangeable?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. And they've already heard about the duties of a crime scene tech, so I won't rehash that. But what I will ask you is whether or not you were employed as a crime scene tech back on March the 27th of 2022.
Yes, sir.
And did you have an occasion, excuse me.
Have some water, sir. It helps.
Did you have an occasion to go to the St. Elizabeth Hospital here in Beaumont that day
Yes, sir.
at around 9, close to 10 o'clock that day?
Yes.
For
Yes,
what,
sir.
for what purpose?
To photograph the victim of the shooting.
That victim who was ultimately identified to be who?
Richard Sherrill.
Okay. Would you disagree with me if I pronounce that last name Shallow?
Shallow. Yes.
You were referring to a document. Is that your report?
It is, yes, sir.
And does that help to refresh your recollection about what happened back in March of 2022?
Yes, sir.
I mean, you responded, is it fair to say you responded to few or many crime scenes since March of 2022?
Many.
Do you remember each and every detail about each and every crime scene?
No, sir, not that report.
And so it helps to refresh your recollection by reviewing, referring to your report, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, by all means, at any point during my questioning, feel free to refer to your report. When you got to the hospital and you made contact with this individual or you observed this individual who was identified as Richard Shallow, what did you do next?
I photographed his body.
May I approach the witness, Judge?
Yes.
I am Ms. Barnett, and I'll show you what I have marked as State's Exhibits 27 through 32. I ask that you take a moment to look at those and let me know if you recognize those photographs.
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize these to be the photographs you took of the individual Richard Shallow there at the St. Elizabeth Hospital back on March the 27th of 2022?
Yes, sir.
Fair and accurate depictions. They don't appear to have been altered or manipulated in any way?
No, sir.
Your Honor, at this time, State Officer States 27 through 32. They've been previously provided in discovery and for the record of tendering to defense counsel. Objections?
States 27 through 32 are admitted.
Commissioner Public Judge?
Yes, sir.
Barnett, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on these, but is it fair to say that these handful of photos aren't the only photos you took at the hospital that day?
Correct.
You took many more photos, right?
I did, yes, sir.
Why is that?
We just take them for part of our protocol in case they're used for the case.
More photos are better than not enough photos.
More for the better, yes, sir.
We're looking at State's Exhibit number 27. Is this the individual identified as Richard Shallow there?
Yes, sir.
It looks like there's been some type of medical intervention.
Yes, sir.
State's number 28, just another shot, a shot of more of his body there.
Yes, sir.
What's on his hands there?
Bags.
Well, in your training experience, for what purpose?
To preserve any evidence that's under the nails or GSR.
GSR being gunshot residue?
Yes, sir.
Who would have placed those bags on his hand?
I would have done it.
Do you have any idea if a gunshot residue analysis was done in this particular case?
No, sir. I'm not sure.
Okay. And just to educate the jury in case they're not aware, what is a gunshot residue or GSR analysis intended to determine?
To test for if a person's been in close proximity of a gun or if they have fired the gun.
State's exhibit number 29 is that a copy of the wristband that was placed on this individual?
Yes, sir.
State's exhibit number 30, is that a picture? Or what are we looking at there?
Looks like a chest tube and possibly a bullet hole where you're pointing.
Would that be on the deceased left side?
Yes, sir. Left side.
And I'm referring to him as deceased. If you recall, or if it's in your report, by the time you got to St. Elizabeth, had this individual succumbed to his injuries?
Yes, sir.
State's exhibit number 31, it's just the backside of this individual?
Yes, sir.
If you can tell, or if you have any idea based on your training experience, what does that appear to be there?
A bullet hole.
And State's exhibit number 32 is just a close-up of the bullet hole there, right?
Yes, sir.
And I guess it's fair to say, at least, well, for purposes of the record, did it appear that that defect is, or the bullet, does it appear that that wound is in his back?
In his back, yes, sir.
At some point, the following day, the morning of the following day on the 28th, were you called out to an additional scene?
No, sir.
The next day, were you called out at all?
I was brought items to the station.
Did you take photos of a gun or guns that could possibly have been related to that incident?
Yes, sir. They were brought to me.
They were brought to you, I'm sorry.
At the station.
I was
at the
mistaken.
police department.
Okay, I was mistaken. Thanks for correcting me. And when were they brought to you?
The next day.
The next day. And
3/28. Yes.
March 28th?
Yes.
And when they were brought to you at the PD or the station, what did you do?
I photographed the two guns that were brought to me.
Okay. And I approached the witness judge.
Yes.
I'm going to show you what I pre-marked as State's exhibits 33 through 40. I ask that you take a moment to look at those and then tell me if you recognize them. You recognize those?
Yes, sir.
What do you recognize these photographs to be?
Of a pistol and.
Before we start talking about them, are these photographs of those firearms that you received the next day that we testified about?
Yes, sir.
Do they appear to be fair and accurate photographs of those firearms?
Yes, sir.
They don't appear to have been altered or manipulated in any way?
No, sir.
Judge, State Office, it's 33 through 40, and I'll change to the defense counsel, and they've been previously providing this.
Judge, I'm going to object at this time as relevance. I mean, we don't have a chain of these firearms, where they came from. I mean, what guns are these?
I will, through a subsequent witness I proffer to the court, I'll make that connection, Judge.
And at this time, they're not relevant.
Judge, there is an argument that the jury can deduce that that object that is being carried in the hand of that subject on that video resembles the firearm, at least one of these firearms, in the photographs.
I don't think that she said it was a firearm. She said it was long.
Hold on.
The jury can watch the video.
Hold on. I'm just going to go back and look at for sure what the question and answer was. I'm going to sustain the objection. She's identified them. So, I mean, I think at a further with a different witness, after some more foundations laid, they're likely to be relevant and admissible. At this point, I would agree they're not. But they have been identified by her so that we don't have to have her come back and identify and lay that foundation again.
Yes, sir. Ms. Barnett, did you prepare a report at or near the time when you took the photographs at St. Elizabeth and took the photographs of the other of those firearms?
Did I prepare
a report?
I did, yes, sir.
And have you testified today consistent with what you placed or put in your report?
Yes, sir.
That's what it's.
Ms. Barnett, did you go out to the scene?
I did not know, sir.
Okay. So my understanding is that you went to the hospital and took photographs of the victim.
Yes, sir.
And then I think Detective Tamayo asked you to take some photographs of some weapons.
Yes, sir.
And that's essentially all that you did.
Yes, sir.
Did you swab the weapons for
I did, yes, sir.
fingerprints?
No, for, can I refer?
Sure.
I just swapped. I swapped them.
Okay, for DNA or fingerprints or what?
You would have to add, yes, for DNA.
Okay, and what did you do with the swabs?
I turned it into the property office, but you'd have to ask Detective Tamayo what he wanted.
Sure, I mean, the detective tells you what to do and then you do it.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you swabbed the weapons for DNA. And then you took pictures of the victim at the hospital.
Yes, sir.
And then you did gunshot residue on the victim's hands.
No, sir.
Oh, you bagged them?
I bagged them, yes, sir.
Who would have done the gunshot residue?
I believe it would have happened at the mortuary, the MAE's office.
If so, would Detective Tamayo know if there was tests done on his hands? Or?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's all I have to.
Anything else, Mr. Coleman?
No, no.
Any objection to Ms. Barnett being excused?
No, ma'am. No, please.
Thank you, Ms. Barnett, for excusing. You may call your next witness.
State called Steve Hinton.
Steve, somebody.
Good afternoon, sir. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir. You can have a seat.
Mr. Hinton, will you please state your full name for the court reporter and ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Stephen Hinton.
And Mr. Hinton, how are you employed, sir?
I'm employed with the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office.
In what capacity?
I'm a criminal investigator.
And prior to being a criminal investigator for the DA's office, what did you do?
Previous law enforcement was about 42 years.
I've asked you to, well, let me do this first. Judge, at this time, state will offer State's Exhibit number 41. Is a self-authenticating document, a transcript from a prior proceeding.
And then my objection made pretrial, Judge.
And that's overruled. It is admitted as redacted. And that was by agreement for the record.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Hinton, can I push the witness, Judge?
Yes.
Mr. Hinton, I'm going to show you what I've marked as State's Exhibit number 41. I ask that you flip through it really quickly. Compare it to the copy of the document you have there in front of you. Take as much time as you need. If you want, maybe it'll be easier if we do this, maybe here, and then I'll flip it with the paper. Page number 4. Blank. Right. Light. Page 21. Correct. Is it fair to say that this is an exact copy, State's Exhibit number 41, an exact copy of what you have in your hand there?
Yes, sir, it is.
And you understand that this is a heavily redacted copy of a transcript from a prior proceeding, correct?
Yes, sir.
And a prior proceeding in which this defendant, Joseph Charles Freeman, gave answered certain questions under oath.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, permission to publish State's Exhibit number 41.
Yes.
Investigator Hinton, I'd ask that you be so kind to read his responses to the questions. I'll read the questions and his responses. I'll start on page 4. Question: can you state your name for the record?
Joseph Freeman.
Page 6. Question: with regard to the murder case that they accused you of, was that you in the red and black pants?
Yes, sir.
when you went up to the car, did you know that Kaylon Johnson was going to shoot anybody?
No, sir.
Did you have a gun?
No, sir.
Did you get shot?
Yes, sir.
Question. Good afternoon, Mr. Freeman.
Good afternoon.
Continuing on page 13. You know Kaylon?
Yeah.
Question. We see you on the video with Kaylon at the time of the homicide.
I know Kaylon. I don't know Ronald Babineau.
So you didn't know what was going to happen that day. Y'all were going to jack with Richard Shiloh, right?
We went to go buy drugs.
Question. You went to go buy drugs, but you don't?
And he pulled a gun out on us. When I got shot, I got out of the car and ran for my life.
Question. So are you saying that when you got out of his car,
I ran away from him.
Question. Why didn't you call the police and tell them somebody had just shot you?
Because I was scared. They told me not to call the police.
Question. Who?
Charles and Kaylon.
Question. You knew you were going there to do dope grift,
No,
didn't you?
no, ma'am, I didn't.
Question. You were going there to buy drugs. So were you going there, looks like a typo, to commit a crime? Is buying drugs illegal?
Yes, ma'am.
So question. So you're going there to commit a crime and somebody ends up dead, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Question. Tell me how you're not involved as a party to that homicide and that engaging in criminal activities of narcotics. How is that you on the video in the red and black pants?
Yes, ma'am.
Question. Yeah, it is, isn't it? You never admitted that to the cops. The first time you've admitted that is right now, right?
No answer.
Okay. Question. I'm asking you, is that you on the video?
Yes, ma'am.
Question. So did you have your opportunity way back in November of 2023 to give your version of events?
Yes, ma'am.
Question. Did you?
No, ma'am.
Question. Just like you were following orders to go and attempt to rob and then kill Richard Shiloh, right?
He wasn't planning to rob.
Question. Let's go rip this dealer some, right?
We wasn't planning to go robbing.
Continuing on page 19. Question. Is that just a coincidence that it's you and Kaylon on that video killing Richard Shiloh?
No.
Question. There is something I want to clear up. If may as well get it cleared up with regard to Mr. Freeman after the murder. Not before, but after the video with a possible weapon. Where did that come from?
He had it in the car.
Question. Who did?
Richard Shiloh. That's the weapon that he pulled out on me.
Question. But you ran with it, right?
No.
Question. You ran with it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Question. You never told the cops what happened, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You still haven't told the truth of what
Yes, ma'am.
happened.
It's funny.
It's just where Joseph Freeman always in the wrong place at the wrong time, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Question. Mr. Freeman, that long gun that's on that video, was that the gun that Richard shot you with?
Yes, sir.
Question. Okay. You didn't go there with a gun, did you?
No, sir.
And I think that's all I'm going to publish about the document. Thank you, Mr. Hinton. I'll pass those to the witness.
Any questions of the witness?
No, ma'am, I don't think he's a fact. I'm sorry. No, ma'am, he's not a fact.
Thank you, investigator. You can step down. So ladies and gentlemen, we've gone through a lot already today, a little quicker, I think, than everyone expected. And so what we're going to do, the remaining witnesses are unable to be here this afternoon. They'll be here first thing in the morning. So we're going to go ahead and break for the afternoon. We'll get started tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Keep in mind all those instructions that I gave you previously. If everyone else would please remain seated, you're excused until tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Y'all are welcome. We have no court or anything going on. If you just want to leave them on your seat so you don't forget them, please do. The courtroom will be locked.
There you go. So I'm trying to scan IDs. After I complained about Apple taking forever, I noticed they had sent me something to another email and I hadn't responded in like 5 days. So I'm trying to fix that.
In the 80s.
All right, let the record reflect the jury is outside the presence of the courtroom. Just to kind of look ahead a little bit. Let me find what I'm looking for. Hold on. There are a couple of cases that I have looked at and not gone all the way through, but that have to do with the jury unanimity on the different paragraphs. And I'll give you the cases that I'm looking at, and so you guys can take a look at them. Also, what it appears to me to be is that because it is the same offense that he would be found guilty of, just different manner and means, that they do not have to be unanimous. And so I've just started looking through those. The most recent is Davis v. State. It is looks like it's going to be published but hasn't. So the Westlaw number is WL 692433. It's a Court of Criminal Appeals case from March of this year. And then the next one that is I found very helpful was Floyd v. State, 714 Southwest 3rd 9. It's also a Court of Criminal Appeals that one's from 2024. So, and there may be others that you guys can point me to, but I want you guys to at least start taking a look at that. I did email you the very rough draft of the charge. I know it'll probably take more, but it's just at least somewhere for us to get started. Y'all can kind of start taking a look at it this evening if you would, because it looks like probably at some point tomorrow we'll get there. So if you can take a look at that, and we'll address it when we need to.
Okay.
Anything else we need to take up before we break for the evening?
Nothing stage. No, ma'am.
All right. Have a good evening. We're in recess till tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
And she gone. She gone. All right. You guys don't need to see my driver's license. Here we go. All right. The counter's not working right now. I've broken the internet. It's my fault. It's not my son's. Or the counter's. Counter works great. Are they showing the jurors leaving? Yes, they show them coming and going. And we also, had we been here to watch it, we would have seen the jury selection process as well. So Freeman took the victim's blammy. Missy's Angels, thank you very much for the kind words. I do apologize. Some trials we follow are just not as gripping as others, but I'm hoping this one delivers in the end. I really hope it comes around. It's not a plug-in. I'm messing with the internet right now, using. I run three networks, and I'm swapping how they work right now. So that's all. That factor will be important later. Yes, remember that. Had a productive day. Yes, I have to go film my son now for, I think he's auditioning for a TV show. I think. I'm not positive. Don't quote me on that. But I think he's auditioning for a TV show, so I need to go film him doing his Ninja Warrior stuff. I think that's it. It's been a nice break. It really has. The mods have earned this one, and so it's been very quiet. It's just a fun group of friends listening to court. We do have Hump Day tomorrow, which it's Garbage Day. Need to get the garbage out tonight. That's important. And I think that's all. Got my quote off to the city to do the live streaming for the town meetings, which are getting spicy. I've already had people quit and allegations of they're getting good. They're getting good. I like it when it's not a dull town meeting where it's just like all in favor, aye, any opposed, unanimous. I like a good spicy town hall meeting, especially if you get somebody who wants to speak, who probably should have been at the bar instead of the town hall, or maybe he went to the bar before the town hall. Oh man, that just gets good. That's good stuff. Tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe till we go live again. We'll be live tomorrow with this case with Judge Raquel West, which should be the last day of the trial. I think it's only a 2-dayer. We're still trying to get into some other trials. I know there's some crazy ones we're not going to follow that are almost beginning or just starting right now, but we'll be back with another trial here shortly. So, thank you all. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you.